Hi everybody, this is your buddy Goog here, back for another video. Got a little bit of a video going on here today, so what we're going to do a kind of a new segment I want to start doing. It's a new thing I want to call, Is It Still Fun? And today we'll be looking at Borderlands 2. Now, Borderlands 2, to give you a little bit of a history, was released on September 18th, 2012, and developed by Gearbox Software and published by 2K Games. It was met with critical acclaim and earning high scores with just about every top-tier reviewer around. It even got Game of the Year of 2012. But after 4 years of being out, one must ask the question, is it still fun? Short answer, yes. But if you want to dive a little deeper into this, to see why it's still fun, here's why. The game, first off, is more or less a standalone title. Despite there being a numbered sequel, it actually is more or less its own standalone game. The story is top-notch. It's basically the same. It's basically an easy story to figure out. I mean, basically the whole game is beat the bad guy. You don't have to play the first one in order to enjoy the second one. The story centers around you, the Vault Hunter, trying to find a vault, on Pandora. Same thing as before, but I mean, if it still works, why change it? Handsome Jack, he's trying to find this ancient Iridium warrior that can decimate whole planets. He wants to control that for himself. And by the way, Handsome Jack is still one of the best antagonists in gaming to date. A villain you love to hate. He pokes and prods the player. It's creative and fun a lot of the time. Not too insulting.
Hey, how did Brussels suck? How's your day been, buddy? We haven't really talked much since I left you for dead. Hey, you think you'll freeze to death out there? No, probably not. Bandits will get you first. My day? Been pretty good. Just bought a pony made of diamonds. Yeah, because I'm rich. So, that's cool. Okay, bye. I'm racking my brain trying to think of a name for that diamond pony I bought. I was going to call it Piss for Brains in honor of you, but that just feels immature. Hey, maybe Bud Stallion? Nah, that's even worse. I'll tell you what, I'll give it some more thought.
But enough. In the main game, there are 129 fully 4-player co-op missions. And that's not even including the DLC. Every one of the missions is fun. I mean, there are some that are lackluster, but they're still fun to play. You know what I'm saying? And they're silly. They all fit in the world. Like everything was kind of just like it all fit. Some missions are as simple as just hitting a guy in the face.
Face shot! Boom! Squish! Yay! Shoot me in the face! In the face! Do it! Shoot me in the face! Face, 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 face! Now! Bullets in the face! Want him! Need him! Gimme, gimme, gimme! Check out!
Others are just as silly as finding Ninja Turtles parody. Oh, and by the way, there are a ton of Easter eggs in this game. And I haven't even talked about the loot. The loot for this game is so ridiculous. There are so many guns, equipment. I mean, you're always progressing. Even if when you hit max level, you're still getting better stuff. It's not just like a grind. The DLC is fucking phenomenal. It's so great. Every story in there is, except for the Hammerlock one. I won't lie, that one's a little lackluster, but it's still fun because you go to another spot. There's all these different worlds. By far, my favorite one is Tiny Tina. Just the rendition of Dungeons and Dragons is great. Their spoof on that. It's great. It's phenomenal time. And you get the Game of the Year edition, which gives you all this DLC. 2 Vault Hunters. So you got 7 different playstyles. If you do it this way, you can play the game up to 7 times without repeating one moment. So basically what I'm saying is go out and buy this game. This game is a great game to play. I know it's a few years old at this point. That's not bad. And for $50, $60, on PC it's a little bit less. at least at this point of this video. It's a little bit less, and Steam sales always happen.
Just do it!
And you know what that means. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. Maybe leave a comment saying what I can do better, or a comment and saying how good I'm doing. Alright, thank you. This is your Goog. Bye.